Hey everyone, welcome to Kats Creations live on Sunday evening. I hope you guys are hopefully thawing out from all that cold weather and sunshine is starting to appear in your state again. We've been praying for you guys, so hopefully that has changed. Tonight, I'm going to teach you how to do a Tuscan Inspired, I guess you'd call it a winery or vineyard wreath. So I'm using this sign that I had purchased. They came in a set of 4, so they were like wine label signs. So I'm using this one because it has a little bit more of the purple Merlot kind of burgundy colors that's going to be going into this design. So you can find these on Amazon. That's where they came from. I'm going to show you how to wire the 14-inch dollar tree wreath frame. But before I get started, let me go through my handy dandy list of stuff. So if you want to be notified when we go live, make sure you click the like and follow button. When you do that, especially like right now when you guys are watching this live, you can tap on the screen. You'll get 3 little dots in the upper right hand corner. By clicking on those 3 dots, depending upon if you have your device vertically, you should be able to click on turn on live notifications. And then that way, if you happen to be on your device, you should be notified whenever we go live, or you should get a pop-up when you check your phone. Also, if you like this design and want to replicate it once you order all your supplies, just click the share button. The share button will allow you to save this tutorial to your Facebook page. So much easier to find than trying to find it online. YouTube subscribers, if you want to get notified when these videos upload, click on the bell in the upper right hand corner. That is to turn your notifications on. It's also the subscription button, so it's really simplified for you guys. And we got the website up and running, so if you're interested in joining the private group or the Wreath of the Month group, both of those have now been added to my website, so those are right front and center on my website. So that's KatsCreationsNMore.com, which I think Steve has pinned. So if you guys are interested, you can find, by clicking on any of those, you can read all the information about what you get, how much it is, and how to sign up for either one of those. So while I'm logging in, do you have people joining us?
Yeah, but I went out to make sure the link was good, and I logged out.
Okay, so yes.
I'm good, yes.
Yeah, I see Karen, Colleen, Camille, Linda, Jill. All of you guys, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So Facebook, sometimes with lives, will kick you out for some unknown reason, and then you try to get back into the live. If you are attempting to do that, what you want to do is close out the app totally from your device. Go ahead and relaunch it and then try to get back in. So I know people were having an issue earlier today trying to access Facebook Lives, and then Facebook, for whatever reason, was just giving them a ton of trouble. So be persistent. Hopefully it'll come back up. I'm going to show you how we're going to go ahead and wire the rest of this 14-inch dollar tree wreath frame. So I've already done the 5 sections. We're going to do the 6th one together, which is you're going to take your pipe cleaner, put it right in the middle of your 2 welds, and you're going to wire the 2 innermost rings together, just like this. That gives you your 6 inner, and then you're going to put 2 to the outside 2, and I usually use the weld mark and this center one and try to come up with a halfway point, so that's about halfway. And then we're going to do the same thing here and wire together the outside 2. Wiring together the 2 just gives your pipe cleaner some stability. It limits its movement so that they're not kind of flipping and flopping. So with that layout, this has 12 to the outside, 6 on the inside for a grand total of 18. And then we're going to use a fabric mesh because I think that would look really good for a vineyard inspired wreath. So we're going to take everything completely neutral. These are cut to 25-inch pieces, and we're going to cruffle these. So you need a chip clip, bind your clip pipe cleaner, or not pipe cleaner, what do they call them? clothespin. And what you're going to do is, because with a fabric mesh, you cannot cut it with a wood burning tool because it has natural fibers. It'll just sit there and smoke. So with this method, you want to contain that fray. And so the frays are going to happen on a cut edge. So by rolling those in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to chip clip it. It contains that fray. So now everything that I touch on the outside of this mesh is finished edge, and there's no possibility for that to fray. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I curl them. I count 5 in to both sides, and then you're going to pull it towards you, which kind of gives you that ruffle, that little wave, and the curl. So I'm putting these vertically into my wreath form with the finished edge to the inside and the outside, again, because when a customer is going to touch it, it's going to be along the outside edge. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to go ahead and leave my pipe cleaners in temporarily, just so once I get everything on here, I may or may not need access to these. So I will just go ahead and leave them. We're dealing with a much smaller sign. This is an 8 by 6, 8 inch long, 6 inch wide. So we can go with a bigger bow, or we're going to be adding some ivory and some grapes to this design. So we need that accessibility. So we'll have to kind of see where we can place all those. This is a little bit of a different design for me. Normally I use a, trying to think, like a 4.5 inch by maybe 10 inch horizontal long sign. So then you can kind of swag all of your ivy and grapes around the sign. So this will be a first to figure out how this design is going to go. So hi Janet, hi Irene, hi Gail.
Kiss it, oh my god, the puppy is
I
snowing.
know, I was like, that's so cute. 4, 5. Hi Dolly, thanks for joining. Roseanne says, I'm not sure what's going on, I have no volume. Do you have volume, babe? I
have volume.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can hear it there.
Yeah, log out and log back in. It's a Facebook thing.
So, yeah. Who was it that had the issue? Roseanne. Try closing out this video and then re-log back in and see if that reinstates your volume. Sometimes there's just issues.
What was the length of the cut piece? These were 25 inches. 25
inch. Yeah, so we're going to do 25 inch Cruffles. So I'm going to make sure I keep all these. The pipe cleaners are going every which way. Hi, Debbie. Debbie says hello again. Yeah, we were just on, what, 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
And we did the patriotic wreath that you see behind me. That's what we taught the private group today. Alec will video now. He's already heard your voice when I watched the replay. Oh, nice. Okay. Trying to get the most use out of my pipe cleaners.
Dale said hi from Ontario, Canada.
Hi, Dale.
Welcome.
Did I get that right? Yes. Okay. Hi, Della. Hi, Judy. 1, 2. I'm giving it an extra one. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Barbara.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull, pull, pull. Try to get this one going as quick as we can. You guys staying warm out there? Has that cold snap pretty much passed? Those of you that had that issue last week?
Yeah, I heard there are a couple gals that said they had power, but their pipes burst, so they're still having issues getting their
Colette says watching from Summerside, Prince Edward Island in Canada.
Wow.
That just sounds like a beautiful place to be. And Roseanne says hello from Thought Out Dallas. Yeah. I have a couple friends in Texas, and so they were showing us, you know, what happened to their gardens because they weren't anticipating a huge freeze like that. So poor people's gardens were impacted by that. Some of the things will bounce back from the frost, but some sadly won't.
Barbara, the wreath signs you could get from Amazon came in like a pack of 4.
So I see Edna's on. Yay! She had problems getting on earlier, so I was like, I can pull up Facebook and see if Facebook had outages, which you can always do if there's some reason and you just can't access anything. You can always go to Google and type up Facebook outage, and they will show you if there's outages in social media, and if so, how that's going to impact you. Well, that's usually what I do when I can't get in. I kind of forget that I can do that. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. She says, hi from Indiana. I learned so much from watching you. Thank you. 3, 4, 5.
See, you're getting that before I am.
Hi, Robin. Hi, Mary. She's not that far. San Diego is only about 3
hours.
I was going to say 2.5. Depends on if Steve's driving or I'm driving.
Yeah.
If Steve's driving, probably 2 hours. I'm driving, probably a solid 3. Hi, Gloria.
Charlene, yeah, she's doing the inside and outside at the same time. She's alternating.
Yeah, I just go to the very next pipe cleaner. Since it's all going to be done with this mesh, which I had sitting in my cart from when we were supposed to do the spring bunny. And I was like, because you don't want to throw away good mesh. And then I saw this and I was like, ooh, let's use the mesh. Hi, Jill. I try to mix them up. My techniques. I'm trying to, this year I'm trying to push myself way out of my comfort zone. So we'll see.
Rachel, this is like a beige poly jute mesh.
It's a beige fabric mesh.
Beige fabric mesh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's crazy because I've had this mesh sitting and I was like, I need to use this. This is really good. You know, having a beige base is a neutral for just about anything. From this base method, you can go to town. You could do nautical. You can just about anything. Trying to think, nautical, fall, patriotic Americana.
Wow, Barbara said I was busy this weekend. Sold 2 peacock wreaths.
Nice.
And sold 2 flamingo wreaths this weekend.
Good job.
Yeah. Jess said she finished the St. Patrick's Day tree now.
I saw that too.
Carol, is fabric mesh best for Cruffles? Any mesh is good for Cruffles.
Yeah, I find if you're dealing with a mesh that is going to fray, the Cruffle method is probably the best method. But keep in mind that you're going to use like a roll. I think on this one it's like it's not a roll and a half because you're doing 25-inch pieces, and it's not quite a third either. In between a third and a half. So that issue is Cruffle method requires you to use just a little bit more. Betty, this is cut to 25 inches. If I cut it to 20, I wouldn't have enough to curl up the ends. And I like it to kind of have the look of a curl and a ruffle.
Vivian asked where did you get the mesh?
This came from Crinkle Designs. Right. Yeah. So yeah, in Crinkle Designs, they have their mesh. When you go to their website, because they're not on Etsy and they're not a .com, they're crinkledesigns.us. All their prices on their website are 50% off. So when you're looking at them, they look a little high, but then you have to go divided by 50.
Put in that code 50/50, right?
Yeah, you want to enter code 50/50, and then you get 50% off of your order or 50% off of your rolls of mesh. So I like telling you guys about that because that's a great deal. Now, the only downside, I don't even know if it's really a downside, is that you do have to pay for your shipping. So, but they ship fairly quick. So it's not like some of the bigger companies like Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop where you hit those minimums and then you get, you know, your free shipping. But in this case, the fact that you're saving money on your mesh costs, you know, if I'm going to pay for shipping, I'm like, I'm going to fill the box. And they just got a lot of out of stock mesh and ribbon back in stock. 2, 3. When rolling the curls, do you roll them tightly at first? So Carol, what I found is if you fold the first part of the curl, and then you can pick it up and roll it the rest of the way.
You folded it about, I think, 1 inch is right. About
yeah,
an inch,
about an inch or inch and a half. So watch. I will take this, push this all the way out. So I fold it. So there's my fold. And then right where I folded, I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clip it. Even if you pinched it the whole way and folded it flat, by the time you let go, your roll's gonna go back into its little circle shape. It looks so blah right now. It's just like bleh. No color, no foil.
Grady, if you can get into the Facebook private group, she said that Grady, I have so much trouble finding the private group lives. I don't have access to the wreaths that are made in the private group. It's in the video tab, depending upon what you use, right?
3, 4, 5.
And she's always on Sundays at 3 p.m.
Sundays at 3 and Mondays at 5
p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah. Yeah. We went, it was all the times were consistent. And then we changed it to 3 o'clock because for us, we were sitting around the whole day waiting, you know, for 5 o'clock to show up. And so it was kind of like right in the middle of our day where you can't really do much. So either commit to staying home or we had to change the times. So we went to 3 and it's a matter of knowing it's Sundays at 3, Mondays at 5 Pacific. So depending upon where you're at, you'll need to add, what is it? Then it would be,
depending upon your time zone,
yeah, so Sundays at 2, 3, 4, 5. Sundays at 5 Central, 6 p.m. Eastern for the private group. And then on Monday, it's 5. Mm-hmm. And this was we just now started doing lives on Sunday again, and we pushed it a little bit later because we weren't really hitting the folks on the West Coast, which is where I'm at. So if we do them Fridays at 5, people on the West Coast are still driving home from work. So that's why we...
Carol asks, is there any specific reason you don't use the fold over method?
Fold over.
What do you mean, Carol, by fold over? She does fold the first couple, and then she just...
Yeah, see, I have... Like, it's hard to start it on a curl. So I just found that if you just fold it and then you roll it from there, it kind of helps get your curl going.
Yep. And the mesh is cut to 25 inches.
Yes. Okay, so this is the last one. Okay, so as you can tell, it's a blah, very generic, neutral base method. So it fills in quite nicely. I don't necessarily worry because some people say, well, the Cruffles don't exactly, hide everything. But as you are working your mesh through and adding your ribbons, everything fills in really nice. So let's go ahead and let's make the bow, because then we'll situate the bow, figure out where the bow's going to go, add the signs, and then we can embellish. So with this particular sign, we are going, I had ordered this specifically for wine themed or grape themed wreaths. So this and the 1.5 inch came from 5th Street Studios, which is on Etsy. So you can purchase these from her. The green 1.5 inch was from Hobby Lobby. The moss green with the white stitching is from Kringle. We're also doing this Merlot color, because believe it or not, that grape color that's in the ribbon is so hard to match. You either come up a little too red or a little too purple. And it's kind of like that reddish purple in between. So here's another one of that tertiary color that's really hard to match. Thankfully, this particular sheer ribbon came from Shinoda, matches perfectly with this design, and then pairing it with the other colors rather than like try to stress myself out trying to find more purple or Merlot color. It's so much easier just to pair it with a green, and then where is it? Also with a beige. So then problem solved. Hey, if you've got one and this, you're good. And then remember, we came back in with the 1.5 inch, and then we're doing a solid green. So getting our bow prepared, I'm gonna do the beige on the bottom, then this the Grape Inspired ribbon. I'm not gonna use the green in this particular. Let's see, maybe we will. I think we have enough. So let's kick out the beige. Let's just do the green. Since we have a beige base anyway, let's try to pick up greens. Oop, that's okay. With having such a neutral base, we should be able to pick up the colors a little bit better. What are you looking for? Oh. I was like, you just like fade in, fade out. So I'm starting with a 10-inch tail, and I'm gonna do a 5-inch loop. Make sure they don't all roll off the table, just like so. I'm gonna go 5.5. So this is like the last remnant of this ribbon. So I think I actually ordered this 2.5 inch canvas. It's like an olive or a mossy green from Kringle, and I believe they had it in 50-yard spools. And I use this color green a lot. So, dovetail. Wired edges, bring them together. You're going to cut from the fold to the point of your wired edge. So depending upon how far down you come with your scissors determines how deep your V is. So some people do shallow ones. Some people do a little bit deeper. Like I like the deep V's. And then we'll do this gorgeous grape vine. It's got green grapes, purple grapes, and this one will be 9.5 inches. So with the bow dabber, it's always going to be about the twist. So you start with the right side fabric facing you. By the time you twist it, it's wrong side fabric. Spin it around. We're gonna do this loop at 5 inches. So I'm always bringing this back to the 10 because it's so much easier when I pull the ribbon out to see, does it hit 5 inches or not? And we can just twist and push it back in. Right there at 5. And then 9.5 inches. And dovetail again. Thought I had another, there it is. It's like I thought I had another piece.
Robin asked, Kat, do you do business plans, business with Personalize It by Pam? No.
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 Who answered that? Who said that question?
Robin Welch.
Oh. Are you just looking at like who do I have for my business coach?
Mm-hmm.
My business coach is Jennifer Allwood.
And Kat does her own business coaching in her group.
So I'm trying to decide colors. So I think I want to do them. I want this on the outside. Still winds up with those separated, and I don't like the two on the inside. I think we're going to end up doing it that way anyway. Normally I don't like two solids, but people make it work. Because I want to put the grapes on the
Oh, Robin said she sells amazing signs.
Oh, okay. So we're going to go 9-inch tail on this one.
Gotcha. So it's, do you ever do business with Personalize It by Pam? So maybe that's a new link you can look for signs.
Oh, gotcha. There are so many sign people now. I mean, it's great for us as wreath makers because 3 years ago, there were not that many people. So when people went out of stock on things, that was it. You were dead in the water. You had nothing, you know, like if somebody ran out of a base mesh that you were used to using, like the beige is fairly popular. Black and white right now is really popular. So when you start hitting all your people and you see out of stock, out of stock, out of stock, you have to get creative and go, okay, where else can I go? Who else can I try to find it through? So this one will be 8.5-inch tails. And it'll be 4.5-inch loops, just like the one before it. So that'll be kind of nice because when you go to separate them, you're going to have one with a pattern and then one without a pattern. So there we go. 8.5.
Yeah, that's awesome. She says, hi, I've been watching on Sunday for the past 2 months from Whiting, Indiana. I'm 5 minutes from Chicago. Love watching you. I have learned so much.
Oh, thank you. So Beverly said the sign, where'd it come from? This was, I ordered it from Amazon a couple years ago. So that it actually came in a set for, I looked up, I think it was wine label signs. Because I have a cousin that actually owns a winery. So I was looking for something that people could put in a wine room or like a tasting room or on the doors of the winery. So hence, this is how this design evolved. So we're doing 8-inch tail. This is a 4-inch loop. And see that purple just really picks up nice. It's got a slight shimmer to it. And then we'll get this out to 8. Do our dovetail. Wrap this up, and then we'll finish off with that really pretty vineyard ribbon. This one. So this will be 7.5-inch tail and a 3.5-inch loop. And that's just a formula that I came up with that works really well to give me the kind of bow that I'm looking for. Fairly full. Will work with most signs, especially this one because the sign's kind of small. So we can kind of go bigger bow. Let's make sure we've got 3.5 inches. Yes. 7.5-inch tail. I was reading Kathy, it's been a long day. There's been a death in the family. Oh no. I pray for you guys. Deaths in family is not fun. Talking about that earlier today. Rachel, first time from Annville, Pennsylvania. Yeah, Kathy, right? So this was my dilemma. Trying to find that purple ribbon that would work. So I just said, why am I trying so hard to match the purple? Let's just pull the green, you know, and we can even do a tan. I think I even had just like a canvas that was the same color as the sheer. So we're going to spin this around, and then we'll go ahead and I'll teach you how to fluff your bows. So once everything's all stuck nicely, we are going to use, I use cutting boards because I like things flat, not elevated. So for this one, this is an 18 by 24 inch cutting board. It's 3/4 of an inch thick. Has a C-hook that I had Steve put in. The easiest way to replicate this is just to go to Home Depot or Lowe's. They have the wood already pre-cut in 24 by 24 inch pieces, an inch thick, and then just go get a C-hook. And for probably less than $12, you have something that will fit right between your refrigerator, which is great for storage. And then it gives you a lot of space to work with. So the trick to fluffing your bows is to separate everything first. So we start with a loop in our tail, go over to the other side, and we're going to pull them in opposite directions. This way you get the loops and the tails directly across from each other. And then you're going to go to the next one down. So we pulled our loop here. We're going to pull them opposite. So we have our loop here. Back over to the other side. Here's my tail. Okay, so this should be here. Let me get these all situated. Sometimes they just don't want to stack correctly.
I just love the color combination.
Isn't this pretty? And just when you place this on top of a neutral base, then this is just going to make those colors pop even more. So now what you have is you go green, then you have the grape print, green, grape print, and it kind of does that all the way around. Now this one will be a little bit different. We're going to follow this one around and just do the same. So here's our green. Go back over to the other side. I'm going to pull this one first, and then our loop. And we should go over here, and then we pull the next one down. Next one down. And then we're going to pull our Merlot. Opposite side. And then we finally finished up with that grape. So right now I haven't fluffed anything. All I've done is separated everything into ribbons and tails. And then now you can pull those up, open up all your loops. If you don't like where something is sitting, you have that creative option to change it. You can move a loop somewhere else. You can move your tail somewhere else. And I'm just putting the curls back in all of my ribbon just by running your fingers through your ribbon. It kind of gives it some life again. So it looks more poofy, more 3D. It's not laying flat. So there you go. There is your bow. Okay, and we're gonna pop this off the hook. Put this back. And then we'll go ahead and add this to the wreath. So I'm just gonna find one of the interior 6, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one and the 2 next to it because of our bow. So you've got loops that are gonna hang. So I'm gonna move these. And I'll go right back over here. Okay, we'll go ahead and put our bow on. Need to find pipe cleaner. Okay, and then this will sit. Trying to make sure I'm hitting the frame on both sides. Just like this. You don't want to pull too hard as you're attaching it, because otherwise you'll just collapse your bow. May as well twist them all. Okay. So there is our bow. Looks super cool on our wreath. And now we're going to add the sign. So our sign, we are just going to use a staple gun, since the sign is probably half-inch thick. So we're just going to go ahead and add it top. I just like to twist so they don't slide out underneath the staples. There's that. Just take it off of there. And now, this is where you can decide where do you want to place your sign. So I think for me, let me move this so you guys can see. I'm kind of liking let me do it this way. This look right here. So I'll try to hold this up so you can see. So I think we're going to place it right there. So with that being said, you have to remove the other pipe cleaner.
Kind of said that bow really makes the wreath pop.
Doesn't it? And I mean, I was like, should I just go get like the green? There's like a moss green and then mix moss green in this color. And I was like, no, let's just go ahead and remove the other three. Keep it simple, yeah. Okay.
Thank you for all the likes and the loves. Don't forget this is a public group so you can share it.
That's right. You can share it. Especially if you're like, oh, this looks really good. This would go great in my kitchen.
You can say share or sprinkle or whatever you want to say, but you are allowed to say share.
Okay, so I think this one is right over. Kind of looking, I want it up in the corner. So let me go up. I'll try to use the interior ones if I can, because I already know that those are secured right to the frame. And I want to put it on an angle so it's not side by side. So let's go ahead and twist it a couple times. Put the other side up. We'll check placement. Sometimes the fabric mesh, you can get hung up on one thread on your pipe cleaner. It just does not want to go through at all. Okay, so now let me do these guys, get them all unseparated. So here's our sign, here's the bow, and so now what we're going to do is go around the outside 12, and we're going to pop it with 3 different colors of the 2.5 inch mesh. So we're doing the geometric tan, and then we're doing the grapes, and then the greens. And so the grape colored ribbon is going to go every other one, and then we're going to alternate it between the green and the beige. So I'm going to start probably right underneath the bow, and I'm going to start my beige because everything else is beige, but we're going to fix that too. So these are cut to 14-inch pieces, and then we're going to go our grape. And
You said this is really beautiful. Love the ribbon combo.
Thank you.
Just the colors are really pretty.
Yeah, it's really soothing. I think the green and that burgundy, it's not even really a burgundy, it's kind of like a purpley color.
Merlot.
It's Merlot. So every other one gets the grape. We have our green. Let's pull this down. And then we're back with the grape. So I always pull my ribbon tails out just because it draws your eyes out away from the center of your wreath. Now we're back to our beige.
Hi Fran, she says, hi, first time catching you live. Love the bow and ribbon combo.
Thank you.
What city and state you from, Fran?
Yeah, I was reading Margie's. The background really does make the bow pop. That was the whole idea, is struggle with a tertiary color or go with what you have. And it's so simple to want to just take that 1.5 inches and put the 1.5 inches on top of the 2.5, but I'm like, no. We'll use it in a different way, which you'll see here coming up.
In Guadalupe, yes, she ties the mesh and the ribbons tight to the pipe cleaners, and then she'll give it a couple twists.
Yep.
And then it's like she layers them.
Yes.
So Deco mesh first, So I'll twist it a couple times, and then ribbons, twist it a couple
times,
and then more ribbons.
And then it's usually just Deco mesh, the 2.5,
yeah.
and then the 1.5 inches. So it's got like 3 layers.
Oh, Joan, sorry to hear that. You can try to either swipe left or right to see the videos, or just try logging out and logging back in.
If you can't, yeah. And it might just be the way that you're turning your tablet, or however you're viewing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna go in here, and we just have a couple more left.
There we go. She said the purple ribbon is making the grapes pop. It's really nice. Yeah.
So do you guys think we should put grapes on this? That'd be great. Yeah, grapes. Like red grapes. That would just look so amazing. Purple grapes, green grapes. Green, and then purple. And then the nice thing is the ribbon tails that come out from underneath the bow just kind of make the bow appear more full. Last one, and then we'll go in and add our 1.5 inch ribbon, which we're using 3 different colors, just like the 2.5 inch. So now what we're doing, because you can't really take the grape ribbon and put grape on top of grape. So we're going to take the grapes, and we are going to be putting, I don't think I even cut these right. We're going to be putting the grapes on, yes I did. Let me think. We're alternating the green and the Merlot on top of the grapes, and then we'll figure it out. Why did I only cut 9? I think because I was like, maybe I want to put something else in those spots. So let's just start with the grapes, and we'll put the grape on top of the green. So these are half bows. This is where you take an 18-inch ribbon, you bring your tails together, you come up to about 2 inches from where it's folded, and then you're going to take that and you're going to place that directly into your pipe cleaner. And go ahead and 3 or 4 times with the pipe cleaner, cut that off, tuck it behind the half bow, and then you're just going to flip one side over, and then you have, this is a half bow, because it only has 1 loop, so it's a half bow.
Stacy, you should definitely join Kat's private group because she teaches you all that.
What's that?
She says if you have a wreath visit, is it worth getting a sales tax number for wholesale?
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to need it.
And I understand why a lot of people kind of shy away from that, because you don't know if it's going to be like a full-time thing. So I always say, you know, start off with the best intentions, and then you're already ready when success shows up. You know, if things don't pan out like we really thought with COVID last year, the online sales were just going to be a bust, but online sales was a big, huge boom, right? Mm-hmm. So.
Nancy, she said, hi Kat, I reactivated my Facebook because YouTube I don't feel as connected since I can't say hello. I love the wreath you made Friday night, and hello.
Hello. Okay, so I'm kind of like looking at what I want to do. So the green is going to go on top of my grapes. So let's see how this is going to work out. I'm trying to figure out the combination that I have. And I think I needed to move this one because the Merlot was supposed to go on top, or the grapes are supposed to go on top of the non-grape ribbon. So I'm going to end up moving this one away, and we will put the grapes.
Yeah, friend gals, we'll do a close-up of the patriotic wreath at the end of the video.
Let's take that out. I meant to put the grape ribbon on all of the areas where there was no grape ribbon before. And I missed that one. So even when you cut your pipe cleaners, there's always enough space to reopen them back up. Because we need to see that grape come all the way down.
Cheryl said you were a great teacher, Kat.
Thank you.
That'd be cute. Cheryl said, just a thought, you could also add corks here and there.
You could.
That'd be cute.
Sadly, we don't have any corks, right? So now I'm going to take the Merlot and add it on top of the grapes. I think I'm going to skip this one. Where the green one is. Oop. Okay. And I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to go ahead back up here. So I'm just looking at placement of other other embellishments I'm going to add. So I'm going to leave this one free. The one that I have the green free. So I'm going to come back in and add this back up here. And then I will add my green, or sorry, the Merlot color up on top, which makes sense now.
Oh, that's a great comment. Natalie said, I love watching you have such a calming voice.
I actually have somebody who watches my videos to fall asleep to, because that's what they were saying. They're like, you just have, I was like, do you want me to record a video to help you go to sleep? Hi.
Sun's going down.
Sun's going down. You're at the end of your day. Everything's going to be okay. Okay, so this one we're leaving open. So I'm going to come up here with my Merlot around the top. 4, 5. Do you think I have a calming voice? I think my husband would say.
Sometimes.
Not at all. So there's that. And we're just finishing up the ones on the top. So we need one more of this one. Am I doing that right? Yes. This is what happens when you don't have a designated plan and you're just creating as you go. I mean, I kind of knew. I was like, do I want to do double bows? Do I want to do... I could have done flex tube. But I tried to keep it kind of classy, kind of elegant.
A couple gals said, yeah, you both have a calming voice.
Steve has a very calming voice.
I don't think so.
That's what the gal, she's like, Len would bust out laughing if you asked him that question. Does he have a calming voice, or do I have a calming voice?
No, that Gail probably falls asleep during your videos.
All the time. That's okay though. That's why there's replays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some days, it's just meant to be.
Oh, and that good. She said, I got the grape ribbon from 5th Street too. Love it.
It's such an awesome color. Just remember, you're going to have a challenge trying to find the one that goes with it. So what you can do, though, is reach out to the shop owner and ask her if she can suggest some other ribbon that might go with that. That might help you. So the green with the white stitching works great. So I'm trying to get up underneath the bow now. A couple more pieces. Done. And that's like, great idea. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I sold ribbon, I would try to find a way on my website that to suggest other ribbon. If people had bought like this, oh, you bought this ribbon, you might also want to purchase this one.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. She says, yeah, I use a color wheel online. It helps for color combinations.
Nice.
You can also buy one on Amazon, right? Can't you? I think.
What, a color wheel?
Yeah, a color wheel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a color fan.
Yeah.
Just because I need things, it's all about storage. I need something that folds flat. So it folds flat and then you can just fan it out. Because a round isn't going to fit in my little toolkit. It's going to take up room. It's going to get smashed. But everything else under the sun. Okay. So there's this one. And then let's put this one right underneath.
Oh, thanks, Nancy.
What's that?
She says, yes, you do, Kat, as far as a comic voice. Steve's a great cameraman. I watch a few wreath makers, and you guys are my favorite.
Aw, thank you. Okay. That's that. Now it's time to embellish. So let me just fan this one out. And get my ribbon to lay back where we're supposed to. Okay, so now it's time to embellish. So what would you guys suggest for embellishments on this particular wreath? Suggestions. I'm going to toss it up there. Because I have some pins that need to be repinned somewhere. Do what I do. Holy cow, I think I did. Okay. Nothing, just pins, because I don't want them to roll to the floor.
Gotcha.
So, what kind of things would you embellish this with? Okay. So, here's what it looks like. Embellishments. What would you use? I like Sue's choice. Grape leaves or grapes. Dale said vines, small grapes on stem. Carmen. Mary said grapes. Let me see what I have.
Donna said small grapes on stem. Yeah, Dale said vines.
Let me see what I have.
Thank you, Margie.
I have red grapes. Aren't those pretty? Also have purple and red grapes.
They're both look good.
Yeah.
Because grapes are different colors.
Guess why? We left those spaces open. So, believe it or not, Dollar Tree, $1. So, things that you didn't know Dollar Tree carries, grapes.
And they feel very realistic.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. These ones came from Hobby Lobby. They were $4, $3.99.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go ahead and pull these off.
Wine corks, yep.
Wine corks would be really
Greenery,
good.
yep. Grapevines or small grapes. Grapes are little wine bottles. Yeah, little wine bottles are very cute.
And
That'd be tough to find.
what's that?
Little wine bottles. Wine glasses, as long as they were plastic, they'd be okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to look at incorporating some vines because, again, we need to break up all this beige. So we can come in. This is garland that you can get from Hobby Lobby. And you can go through and just add.
I'll go glue while you don't.
No, I don't want to glue yet.
And that's what section is fruit of the Dollar Tree. I think Jean's on. I'm not sure what section
It's in with all their craft stuff. So where all their florals are, it's in there.
I also have some foam stuff in there, so yeah, it's in with that.
Yeah, like wherever you're gonna find like their home decor stuff. We'll fix that one, but we'll add that one there. I'm looking for the ones that are a little bit smaller in diameter, like this one. Just the leaf size, a little smaller in diameter. So we can kind of weave these in and break up all of that green. So let me flip this around so I can see it my way. Man, let's see.
Some wine labels, maybe.
Yes, that would be a good thing.
Joan said, "Don't forget the cheese."
Don't forget the cheese. Let me look and see if I can find the one that I like a little bit better. Let's try this one. Sometimes it's just a matter of how the leaves are placed.
Yeah.
So I don't want to cover up my sign, but then I don't want a big, huge bunch of leaves. So yeah, I think if we do it like that, let me fan these ones around. And I'm trying to decide what colors I want to go where.
It's funny, earlier Debbie Camacho was asking any of the gals if they live in Ontario, California, or Chickamauga.
Mm-hmm. Let us...
She could always come up. We could meet her from lunch for lunch.
She is going to come up.
Good.
So, let me break that one up. This one's going to go there. This one's going to be smaller because I like the red. Okay, so now it's just a matter of mixing things up. So, I'm going to take, this one is so big. It just hangs down so far, but it's really nice.
Yeah, it does.
So,
it'll hang really well once you...
So, thinking like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have to get...
Put it a little bit under the bow.
I will. So this one, because I have my pipe cleaner already here, I'm going to wire in my leaves. And because the Dollar Tree one has a little, like a circle at the top, it allows me to kind of go right in between and wire that in.
Sure, so this is a beautiful creation cat.
Thank you.
She's done several winery or vineyard wreaths in the past couple of years. They're really good sellers.
So now we're just trying to get them to lay where we want them to. So yeah, this will lay differently. Let me go ahead and attach this one where I want it, which is going to be right above the sign. This one will be glued in.
This will be a little bit of a heavier wreath too with the grapes on it.
Not that heavy though.
Not too bad, but...
So I just want like the leaves just barely touching the top. Same thing with this one. I'm going to, I know right where it's going to lay on my mesh. So just taking this.
Good thing about the glue is anything that you have as far as a stem, once you glue it to the mesh, it acts like a net. It really glues well.
And sticks right where you need it to stick.
Yep.
Trying to get the thing with the Deco mesh is that it wants to grab onto everything. So same thing here. we're going to.
And we're not sure. She might try it, but a lot of times when you cut the grapes, it just looks like they're cut off because normally they taper all the way down to the end. So she might be able to cut at the top and then put some leaves on the top.
Well, I'm thinking I can cut it down in here, which still leaves. Watch. We're just going to.
Maybe put some leaves on the top of it. Yeah.
Well, I will actually just take the ones that are here. And then, because this is all like open and closed, I can actually wire this in to my frame as well, because the grapes are going to hold it. I just need it close enough. That was a good idea, though.
Good night, Robin.
You know?
Yeah, that was a good idea. Thanks, Fran.
Thank you, Fran. Sometimes you just overthink the process a little too much. And then you just have like a little cluster of grapes, which I'll probably prank my brother with. You know? So let's see. I don't necessarily want to use the hanger part, but this is the nice thing about hot glue, is you can take, you're going to add I'm just trying really hard not to get burned. That's like putting my grape leaves in. Let's turn these ones so they're actually facing down. And I think we did it. I think we were a success. We're able to manage it. Ooh. I'm thinking nice. I just cut off a little trio, dark and 2 light. So we will just pop some grapes in the center. A nice little trio. Right in the center of our bow. I'm super excited to show you it. So, let me show you. You guys ready? Let's see what this is gonna look like. I have glued everything in. I was like, did I glue everything in?
The big grapes already glued in?
Big grapes are already glued in?
Yeah.
Yep. Let me make sure.
Yeah, you're gonna glue off it.
Yep. Because that's the one thing I'll see. Okay. So, let's take this one off.
Oh, you want to? We'll zoom in on that one later.
Well, I'll just bring it up front.
Yeah.
So let's get this one up. So pretty. So, hold on a second. Need to get it on the right hook. So now we have our clusters of grapes on both sides. What do you guys think? What do you think, Steve?
Stunning.
Stunning.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love the different colors of the grapes. It's really pretty.
I think it's nice because you have the red mixed in with that, and then you just have the solid red here, but you hit all those other colors up here.
And this is jaw-dropping gorgeous. That's a great description.
Thank you. But look how super simple that was to make. You guys watched it all happen live. So, yeah, I'm liking this one a little bit different because it's different than the one that we just did a welcome on and then just clustered grapes around the sign. So
this would be a great wreath for the wine tasting companies where they have wine tasting and
who knows? Right? Maybe, yeah. You never know. There's so many different places that can use this. Wine tasting bars. You know, a lot of people have the Mediterranean look on their front door. this would look wonderful on their front door because it's a year-round wreath.
Yeah.
And it kind of, it ties into the theme, right? So, yay! I'm super glad you guys like it. I think it turned out okay.
It turned out gorgeous.
Yeah. So, it's so hard to just imagine how you have that just very flat, dull base and then just taking the right colors and pulling those colors and just kind of letting those be the star. I think it just kind of makes it all work. Okay, so is there any questions I can answer for you guys today? Before I leave you, private group, don't forget we have 2 lives tomorrow. We have our weekly check-in, Q&A, and then prayer for the week. And then we have our business class in the afternoon at 5. So the prayer check-in is at 10 Pacific, 12 noon Central, and then 1 o'clock Eastern. Some of you can't make it, but the replay will be available. And then the 5 o'clock Pacific, I hate doing that math, 7 Central, 8 p.m. will be Etsy 3.0, which is covering shipping profiles. So you have multiple shipping profiles. It just makes creating the listing so much easier. And some other things on Etsy. But if you guys are interested in this wreath, it is available for purchase on the website only. You can also find information out about the Wreath of the Month group because we're rolling into our March kit, and that's all going to be ladybug themed, so red, white, and black. And if you're interested in the private group, we do 2 tutorials every week. We do business class, and then we do a design class, and then we incorporate prayer into our Monday to pray for the whole week in our businesses, and all that stuff's on the website. I think I got everything. Can you hold the patriotic wreath up? So yes, the answer to your question is yes. So this is the patriotic one.
Got it? Yeah.
Perfect. This is, and both of these are on the website only. They're not on my Etsy shop. So all the debuts for all the wreaths will always appear on the website. So it's KatsCreationsNMore.com. I think Steve still has it pinned.
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. All right. So have a great week, everyone. Hope you have a great week. Let's pray for warmer temperatures. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining me tonight. Bye, everyone.